Hello from Albuquerque Public Library. My name is Karina, and today I'm going to be showing you how to DIY tie-dye tissue paper. First, for supplies, you're going to be needing food coloring. This is the type of food coloring that's going to be found in most grocery stores, but some places also sell neon food coloring, and this works really great as well. Okay. You'll also need some cups or containers to hold the food coloring solution in. These are going to hold the food coloring and water solution. You'll also need a tray, a plate or paper plate to hold the wet finished product in. It's going to dry for several hours, perhaps even overnight. So just make sure you have something that can hold the wet product in until it dries. Okay. The last thing that you'll need is tissue paper. I have been using just white tissue paper. I'm sure it'll work with colored tissue paper, but white is going to work best. Now let's talk about the space. This is a semi-messy project, so make sure you do it in an area where you don't mind making a mess. Now that you've found a good space to do the project in, you can now start mixing your food coloring solution. What you'll need is your cup, and what I have here is just 1/4 cup. You can even use less if you prefer. And for every 1/4 cup, what you're going to want to do is put in 20 drops. You can put in more dye if you'd like to. If you want a deeper color, you can put in less drops if you want a more pastel color. All right, let's mix that up a little bit and put it off to the side. Okay, we are now ready to fold the paper. Grab 1 sheet of tissue paper. The first method I'm going to show you is one that is very, very simple to do. There's no right way or wrong way to fold the tissue paper. You're going to end up with really great patterns however you fold it. For this method, what I've done is fold it in half again, and then fold it in half one more time. You get this really nice long strip of tissue paper, and on one end, what you'll do is just fold it so that it makes a little triangle shape at the very end. You'll take that triangle and work your way up the entire length of the paper. Once you get to the very end, you're gonna have a little flap, and all you have to do is just fold that in and put the two together. There we go. After that, what I like to do is just press down on the edges, and throughout the length of the triangle, just go ahead and go back and forth and make some creases. It makes it a little bit easier to dip into the dye, and then when the dye gets to these little folds throughout the paper, it will branch out and make these really great patterns. Okay, so we have folded the tissue paper. You'll need your tray, and then go ahead and select the different colors that you'd like. So, for instance, if I dip this into the yellow here, and then do red next, in between those will be a nice orange color. Now, tissue paper absorbs the color a little bit differently than other types of paper. So once you dip it in, just let it soak in there for a few seconds. If it doesn't completely soak up, just leave it in there a little while longer. There we go. See, it has that nice yellow color. All right. Next, what you'll do is in this next crease here, just go ahead and dip it into the next color. Let it sit in there for a while. And as you can see, right in between the yellow and the red, there's a really nice orange color going on. All right, so I have a little piece left here. I'm gonna go ahead and dip that into the blue. So it's soaking up the color really well. And right in between the blue and red, it's mixing to make purple. Okay, this one looks great. So I'm gonna put it off to the side. This one is my favorite. It's a starburst one. What you'll do is fold it diagonally so that your tissue paper makes a triangle. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as, with this method, as long as you know where the center of your tissue paper is, you're gonna do just fine. Okay. Here's the triangle. You'll take the longest end and fold that in half. Keep track of where your center is. This is where the center of the paper is. Again, you'll go to the longest side and fold it once more. Okay. The center of the paper is here. So what I'm going to do is start folding it accordion style, back and forth toward the center. All right. There we go. It should look like this when it's complete. Just like we did with the triangular one, we're going to put little creases all the way throughout it. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to take my plate, select some colors. I really enjoy yellow, but we'll do green this time instead of the blue. And then you'll just start dipping again. And you'll continue doing this all the way up the length of the paper. Like I said, this is a semi-messy activity, so your fingers are gonna soak up some color. Let it dry overnight. If you open it too soon, the tissue paper is gonna lose some of the color, so make sure you let it dry pretty well. Sometimes even after overnight, it's gonna be a little bit damp, but if it's a little bit damp, it's okay to open it. I have a pre-dried one, so let's go ahead and open it to see the reveal. This is the starburst pattern one. The accordion folds that we did are pretty easy to pull apart, but once you get to the center, it becomes a little bit harder to pull the tissue paper apart. Just be careful. Don't take your, don't rush. Just take your time. If you need some help, just go ahead and ask for it. There you go. You have a really great piece of tie-dye tissue paper that you can use for gift giving or decorating. You can even use it to cover books if you'd like to, or even just use it as banner decoration. There we go. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you check back for more videos from the Albuquerque Public Library.